Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. I still hate that thing.
I wish it would go away.
Like, update.
Uh,
No one cares. So, fuck it. Apparently, no one gives a shit about your new little recording in progress. So, come. You're welcome, Tourette's guy. Shout out to the Tourette's guy.
So a lot of things that have happened this week that I could have bet money on, which is nothing new. I'm wondering how DraftKings, not to promote it, I wonder how DraftKings actually, if anyone makes like real Boku bucks on DraftKings, because it's just at the point where I'm sure everyone's winning like $1 or $2 here or there, or however their DraftKings things work. I don't know if it's like individual bets or it's a whole pot of what WWE puts out there and it gets divvied out to everybody, or
I can't do that stuff.
Yeah, like I don't know, but
it's not allowed in North Carolina, so I can't even, like, that kind of betting isn't allowed. So I don't even get to do all the cool stuff that can actually make me money.
That's all right. You could always like PayPal me, something, and then I could always put it in the pot, and just saying.
I love me some PayPal. But before we get started, hey Justin, who was it that said Drew was going to lose in the Hell in a Cell? Who was that?
Us?
Correct. I hate to steal it from him. Hey, Justin, who is it that called Kofi was going to be the one facing Lashley when they were doing all of that, when they were all up in New Day's face? Well, MVP was for weeks. Who was it that said that was going to happen?
We did.
Correct. Who was it that called Eva coming back and having numbnuts do all the dirty work and her just stand there and look as stupid as she is? Because no matter how much she's still trained. She has more ring time in training than Kurt Angle did when he won the championship. Oh, wait. And she still can't wrestle. Hold on. Who was it that called that?
We did.
Correct. Just in case anyone doesn't notice the conversation I had yesterday before all hell literally broke loose. Is there anything else we're missing? Dominic and Ray winning the tag team titles. Who was that?
And who called that it would be best for business if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens would have a last man standing match?
I think that was on this show weeks ago.
Correct.
Who was it that called Tamina and Natty finally getting the belts off of Shayna and Nia, because it made no sense them being champions. Hold on, that was us again, right?
Yes.
Let me just go through everything in our heads to make sure I'm not missing anything. Hold on. Who said that Drew was like, oh, he's going to win that? Oh, he didn't win the qualifier. Oh, but he's in the last man. Who was it that said he was going to win that too?
We did.
Correct. So, even though he doesn't even apparently listen to the thing, who was it that's been calling all of this shit for over a month? Months, actually. So please, for the love of everything holy, all of you fine people out there, I know the number, I'll say all of you, for the love of God, please don't say it's common sense. Obviously, that's what we do. It's common sense. Yeah. Attitude Era. There's apparently, no one knew what was going to happen. Ruthless Aggression. You actually had some kind of thought going, Like, there's a reason that since they started the PG era, they're losing 1 million roughly viewers a year on Raw. It's down to what, barely 1 million? NXT's down. SmackDown finally actually went down because what the hell do you know? Roman can't do the whole entire damn show because the rest of it sucks. No matter how much we want to see what Roman's going to do, the show is a pile of dog shit. Like Ray against Roman in a Hell in a Cell. That was a great idea because who the hell didn't see that coming? Like Ray's going to get mauled.
It was a good match. I mean, not knocking it. It was a good match.
But we all knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But guess what? If Ray somehow pulled it off, how many millions of people do you think would have went back and watched it on whatever the platform they used to watch this shit? Because it would be on all the platforms, the Hulus and all of them. Like, it would be there. How many more millions of people do you think would have went, no shit? Kind of like when Mick Foley won the title. That'll put, yeah, Mick Foley's going to win the championship. We all remember Tony Schiavone being so nice.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, how the hell you pronounce, being so nice about Mick getting the title. Yeah, that'll put butts in seats. Yeah, actually it did. And everything flipped that night. So no shit, get out of here. No one saw it coming. So maybe, if you're out there listening, you know who you are. Can you stop defending this pile of shit? Because even SmackDown's going down the drain right now. Like the best thing they had going
was Edge and Jimmy last night. Edge and Jimmy last night.
Can't even save the thing. When that all spirals around. What's his name? Is the beard, the tattoos.
Yeah.
The Paulrus at his side.
Yeah.
Roman, can't he, like, what do you know? Everything that involves him.
Roman didn't even have to be there. It was like what? 4 segments? Well, okay. 6 if you count Edge in the beginning, Edge at the end, and then what? Like 3 times? Let's see here. Jimmy came into Paul once, twice, I think 3 times. And of course, we know Jimmy's the one that talks better on the mic. No offense to Jay. I love the Usos. Love them as a tag team, but
best thing they've going in the tag division.
For Paul just to stand there and Jimmy just say a few things, it's pretty impressive.
When Paul's shutting up because you can do it.
Yeah.
And he's just there.
Yeah.
When Paul Heyman, like Brock Lesnar, he has to do all the talking. Everyone else, he had to do all the talking. Except for Punk. Yeah, Punk and Talk, they both did a good yin and yang thing, but there's a lot more silence. When it comes to Roman and all this, Paul's just standing there. He's just there.
Yeah. Hate
to break it to y'all.
Hate to say it. That's really the only thing this whole week. I
mean,
Raw was atrocious.
I mean, Drew won. Shocker.
Yeah. NXT, the surprise. Well, not surprise. Surprise, but not surprised. Bronson Reed dropped the North American title, but again, from what we're seeing, hearing, Bronson Reed to SmackDown, carrying Cross to Raw. So I guess they got to figure out what they're going to do with carrying now. So they've got that idea halfway out the door.
Clear Joe.
I know. I really hope that's what they're waiting on, and I think it's close. I think it's closer than we think it is.
Well, he wouldn't put someone in a coquina clutch if they could not.
I think they just want to absolutely make sure, because again, I know about the protocols and policies, and and I'm all about them making sure they're safe to do their thing.
Yeah.
So
but,
I think it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, but after the way they had him, where he just walked out of the ring, Joe when he got there, I mean, they could have, Joe's out there doing something, bada boom, here comes Cross to attack him, boom, he gets a title shot, Cross goes bye, Joe wins, Cole attacks him from behind, boom, it writes itself.
Pretty much.
Didn't even put it on screen this time. Just give me the damn thing, get it over with.
Yeah.
But it was just like Doudrop and Eva. Okay. More idiocy. What was the point of bringing her in if you were literally building tension to where they hate each other within 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Like she won the first one.
At least on Raw though, they got Smart and Nikki Ash. Nikki Ash now that's been filed for trademark. I read an article and all that kind of. I read all that kind of random stupid stuff. But at least she got rid of the paint around the eyes, so it looks a lot better. I'm happy for her. At least she came up with it. There wasn't anything from creative, so at least they're letting her roll with it. At least they're letting,
do something.
Let again to, a new trademark. I think
all they had to do was finish the blue under her mat. Like, how in the hell did you let her go out there? It was kind of.
Well, but if you look at it this way, though, Molly Holly didn't have anything behind her mask when she started.
Oh, I know that's super. I know, but if she did, we wouldn't be having that conversation after week 1.
Yeah, I know.
And you guys all sat there, saw her coming out. You saw her in Gorilla before they recorded that little thing. The little interview before she went. Like everyone saw it.
Yeah, it happens.
Like they do have like their back rolling, like they have makeup people and all these. Like, how in the hell did you put that on and go and not go? Yeah, that looks stupid. You missed a spot, and she wouldn't have had to take the paint off, and it wouldn't have like turned into such a like.
I honestly think it looks better without the paint.
Oh yeah, but like, did Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder do your makeup? Is everyone in Gorilla blind? Why, how the hell do you miss that? And you know they didn't probably do that live. I mean, giddy as can be, like, yeah, there's a million people in Gorilla. Yeah, it's clear Gorilla
Oh, yeah.
right as the matches start. Like they and you still like.
It happens.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Botch.
No. 6-letter word.
Oh, yeah, you're going with that one. Okay.
Quarter till that.
Yeah.
Great character. I hope they let her keep running with it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
great. But at least they're letting her do something. But how in the hell
Yeah.
did that many people backstage never around there let her go on camera?
And I think, and what I read on that article for trademarking, there might be a possibility because of carrying coming up, so they don't want to get all, even though it's spelled different. But I mean, if you got carrying going to Raw and she's on Raw, it kind of makes sense. So,
in a way, yes,
that got trademarked, and so did Happy Corbin.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not lying. Like, I don't think I shared it.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I know you're not, but just why you got that blatantly honest, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Happy Corbin.
But I kind of like where they're going with Nakamura. Like, it's about time. Hopefully, I'm hoping it comes to fruition where he's back in the IC title picture. That would make sense. If you got the draft coming up, I think he's going to go to Raw. Just for the simple fact that they keep saying it. That's what it sounds like. But I mean, I love Rick Boogs. I'm sorry. I love the whole get up. It really is entertaining.
Yeah, it's just Happy Corbin. Was it like the Snickers commercial? He comes out dressed like an extreme biker. Like, I swear to everything holy. We're just going to talk about old stuff. We will cancel current WWE programming forever.
I don't know where they're going with it. Like, it makes sense on the storyline perspective. Okay, he's growing his beard out. He's not shaving his head. He's downtrodden, if you want to put it that way. Like the normal, typical story scenario. That I wish he'd just go back to the whole lone wolf thing.
It worked.
It did.
They put him up too soon.
I loved him in NXT.
They put him up too soon.
Yeah.
And he was only there for like a minute.
He's done well for himself. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
On the main roster, but like, you know,
when they give him something.
Oh yeah.
Dear God, to the best of his ability. I mean, look at all that stuff, and he was like the GM ish of like the lone wolf to that to.
Yeah. But that's
don't give us Happy Corbin.
That's a definition though of a good company guy, just like Miz. It's just one of those things. Like, no matter what you're given, just go with it. So
he's doing. I mean, like,
and I think that's why Corbin's been around so long. Like, I know when they first started the releases, there's so much talked on that they should have got rid of Corbin. Like, come on, dude! Like, everything that Corbin's been given as far as a storyline, he's run
gold.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, come on, look at all the shit they gave him.
Oh yeah.
I just think I think he was like, wasn't as bad as Apollo, which they called him up way too. I mean, I think he had one takeover match. He was there for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Corbin, I mean, he really there's only like one or two, maybe like a handful of real matches. Yeah. Otherwise, it was just a bunch of squash matches on NXT. I mean, so I think that was a little early, but he's capitalized on everything they gave him. Unlike a bunch of the people where it's just like, and it's gone. So we'll see. I was kind of to see that long list of people that got released again. I mean, Rizongo. Yeah. I mean, how about you guys just stop giving them garbage? Like, I mean,
you could have used them in the tag team division. Like,
they need it.
I know.
Like, they need it. We're just going to wait for the Usos to get the belts and then just watch a bunch of garbage matches take place because that's all they know how to do, because that's all they've proven for the last year. And in case you're confused, let's go back to the WrestleMania edition of SmackDown and everything that led to that, and then Mania itself. Like, what do you remember from any tag team thing? Mandy falling on her ass. From any of the tag team, anything.
Fact.
Well, that's all you remember. What the hell was the purpose of it? There wasn't one. There was nothing.
Yeah.
At all. Because tag teams get shit on. Except for the Dusty Cup.
Oh yeah, I love the Dusty Cup every year. That's always.
Those are always good matches. Otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, when the SmackDown tag team titles are getting defended on like the night before WrestleMania starts and a woman's tag team number one contenders, whatever the hell that nonsense was, gets the main card. That should tell you how much they care about the tag team titles at all.
Pretty much.
Like they don't. At all. Like, I mean, the silly shit they pulled with, the Viking Prophets. And suddenly there's 12 foot, there's 12 foot, there's a 12-foot ninja in front. What? That's still better than anything they've put together since then combined, like all of it, like that one, them together.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It did bring me back. It did bring me back to that era.
Just he throws them through the glass door. Yeah. Like, what did you do? It's just it's only ninjas. I mean, whoever thought of that? Let's make Tozawa a ninja and then put a mask on Numbnuts' face. And everyone runs away. What the hell is that supposed to be? We all know what that's supposed to be. That's one half of your Raw Tag Team Champions. But
yeah,
just stand there and terrorize people. That's all you're good for. No offense, but yeah, it's just so bad. I don't know.
You know what I feel bad for the most? The barricade surrounding the ring. Like in the last 2 to 3 weeks, that thing has taken a beating, and the timekeepers area. Holy crap! Like I've never seen barricades blown off their hinges like consistently in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Like
that's all they've done. Like there's been more there than when we used to get them before, just to get the holy shit champ.
Yeah,
now they're doing it like twice a show. Everyone like
the only barricade that hasn't been blown off is anything in NXT. It just seems to be Raw and SmackDowns.
Yeah, I mean during that street fight with Karrion Kross and Legato.
Oh yeah.
I mean, someone got thrown through the plexiglass wall itself. I mean, I don't think any barricade actually, but at least it got some play. But and there's actually people there. There's always been people there, so it's more difficult to blow down every wall in the building when there's people everywhere. Thunderdome's in the same exact state, and it's like 12 feet down the road. Last I checked, their restrictions were gone a very long time ago. Maybe it's because that arena's on a university and the university is still being like dense.
That's probably. I mean, makes sense.
But they're doing NXT at the PC, right? Like, I mean, wherever the hell they're doing it. The Capitol Wrestling Center, the CWC. That's just, I don't know. Like, there's so many releases, and you're sitting there still going like,
why does our product suck? Well, maybe.
As the problem, see, what happened was there's only about 6 people on SmackDown total, actively. Okay, get wrong. There might be like 12.
You don't even see, like, you're not even seeing Ziggler and Rude right now. Like,
I mean, it's the Usos, Roman, Heyman, Edge, Rollins occasionally comes out. Like Rollins, Cesaro.
Even the tag titles haven't been defended. Yeah. That's right, because they can't find anybody.
Yeah, like there's 7 that I named that are on consistently. Otherwise,
you got Rollins, you got Bailey.
Yeah, sorry, Bailey. Let's not forget her and Bianca. Sure, like 9 people. When you keep seeing the same shit between 9 people consistently every week, even Roman can't save the company, and he's the best thing you guys have had going. And I'm going to get yelled at. I mean, I could pull up the texts if you want. It's common sense. That's why they're doing it. It's unpredictable. Why are millions of people leaving? Why is everyone flocking as far away from WWE as possible?
Yeah.
for years.
I said that meme I had shared, WWE has come to terms with the WWE universe and wishes them good luck in all their future endeavors. It's going to get to that point. The only thing that's going to keep WWE alive is the small children that don't understand, what we understand.
And again,
and then when they grow up and then realize it's absolute crap, well,
and then again, when you keep bringing like you said, like we see it from the business side for doing this, but this was just a pipe dream last August. One day I'm going to do it, and you're all, yeah, sure you are, Ski. And we still sat there and watched SummerSlam right there. Actually. We were there. The kid was right there. TV is still right there. And we were sitting on, let's take a shot of Jameson. This shit sucks. And we predicted everything. And guess what? Back then, like at that point in my life, I wasn't really watching the product, and I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I was preoccupied by doing real things. And I still.
Yeah.
And in my defense, I had people down here, then Sean was here for a week, and then you literally came the next day. So I had like 3 straight weeks where I couldn't watch it if I wanted to. Didn't see any updates, wasn't paying attention to the socials or anything.
Correction, you didn't have to watch it. Correction.
I mean, I still don't have to watch it. You don't. Sorry. I mean, how many things did we go through earlier? Well, like 6, 7 that we were called weeks ago. Then I have to go back through after we're done. We'll find all the episodes.
Man, I'm still kind of proud of myself when we had talked about, they should have a last man standing match, between.
It's a perfect way to end that.
And Sami Zayn, maybe somebody was listening.
Well, you know what? If that's the case, for the love of everything holy,
dude,
you don't even have to hire us.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll talk to you for free just to make it not suck.
A fluke, probably, but
this many times. I mean, I'm sure it's still a fluke, but for the love of everything holy.
Yeah.
If you are listening,
I said I watched that match last night. I'm like,
I swear I recognize something here. Maybe
it's deja vu. I don't know.
Maybe they don't even have to. If you're listening, you don't even have to pay us. But just listen and make it better.
I'll take a certificate in the mail that says great job with a big old star on it.
Hell, you guys are a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Send me one of those fancy belts that you give to millionaires after they win championships, because they can't buy their own. Send me one of those. Like, hey, congratulations! What you really yes? Just give me one of them. With custom plates, of course.
If they're listening, I don't want a WWE one with custom plates. I want big old Goldie. Send me one of those. Send me big old.
I was trying to keep it current with the product. I mean, wrestling with Ski on the plate, I guess, with big gold.
True.
The big gold. Or hell, give us a big gold and the Big Eagle. Because that was like our childhood right there. I mean,
yeah.
That was WCW. That was WWE. Like, give us each one of them. What? I don't care. But Jesus, for the love of God, make it better. I get down on my knees, but I don't bend that way. And you can cough. I'm not doing it. But like Jesus wept, stole that from Pinhead, stole that from Hellraiser, where someone's body got ripped apart. I'm pretty positive, but for the love of God. Or maybe I'm just tired of having arguments with people. I'm calling the bullshit. You didn't say it. If I didn't get so fisted last night,
yeah,
I would have found those episodes and been like, hey, what, here, boom, shut up. And then I'll find the one from last week, you go, hey, what, Kevin and Sammy, last man standing, perfect, and go, boom.
And prime example, I just shared it right before we started. SmackDown viewership down again for the big 4th of July weekend. Well, sorry, not enough fireworks in the world can cure those ratings.
Roman can't save you.
So then we got Zelina Vega back.
And Alistair says he's not coming back.
Yeah, there. Yeah, I did. I don't think I shared that post, but he says 8 months of nothing, and
2 weeks of something, and then fired.
yeah. So, or sorry, Tommy N. Sorry, not can't say Aleister Black anymore. We got to get it. We got to get it.
Hey, I didn't say his
politically.
I didn't say the whole copyrighted name.
Yeah.
Alistair. Because if I call him Black, that could come off wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though that is technically was his character's last name. I didn't make it up. They did it. That wasn't me.
Well, the reason why I politically corrected his name was a simple fact. For a random fact, if you do not know, any superstar that's released during their 90-day no compete clause cannot sign autographs of that name.
Yep.
At all.
Nope.
We're still gonna pay you, but
be like, prove it.
Yeah, you can't make. I do like the one meme I did see. It was Tyler Breeze, where it says how to get out of your 90-day no compete clause, and there he is holding the lucha mask. That's pretty cool.
Los Conquistadors, bring those motherfuckers back somewhere.
Yeah,
he should have stayed as what was his
Brazonga would, dude. Brazonga would be perfect for
bring him back.
Oh man,
fire him, bring him back, put him in that. No, like
it gives you a tag team,
and like suddenly there's the one guy just
I've
seen that guy before. I think I recognize that fella. Just like when suddenly they started doing Hardy Boys moves. I'm like, oh look, it's Jeff, Matt. Oh my god, Reg Crescent, like everyone did Los Conquistadores.
Yeah.
The Conquistadors. The dumb shit, but it worked.
The dumbest idea, but it was
over.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 different people did it, and they were all over. Everyone loved it.
Unfortunately, you couldn't put the Dudley Boys in Los Conquistador outfits. No offense to Bubba or Bully.
Trust me, you don't want to piss him off. Rumor has it he's not the most pleasant human being in the world.
No.
That's not even rumor has it. That's just a fact. Everyone seems to say, but he's kind of a dick if you see him outside the ring. Like, I get it. You're trying to, like, come on, guy.
Yeah.
Like, you do realize that if it wasn't for all of us that loved you so much in ECW, WCW would have wasted you like everyone else, and you never would have got signed by the WWE at all. And now that I'm using this as the microphone, I can whisper and you can hear it.
Speaking of ECW, I did thoroughly enjoy that one post I did share with the page of Paul Heyman calling into WW. What was it? Saturday something or other, where they used to do the phone calls in, and he posed himself as Bruce.
Hey, Heyman was good at doing it. Like Heyman,
he was good at stirring the pot.
There was a good living legend.
Yeah, I mean, even back in his NWAs with Mean Mark.
Yep, Mean Mark for about 10 seconds.
Mean Mark for.
Well, I meant just him there.
That was July, and then he got signed by WWE in October the same year.
Said it was about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
For WWE and wrestling in general purposes, that was about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just like the Hollywood Blinds. Blinds? Did I say blinds? Blondes. That lasted way shorter than it should have.
Yeah.
But then they sold. They made sure they sold it there. I mean, gun and all in the WWE for as short as that was. USA loved that. By the way, thanks for not warning them that Pillman's pulling a gun on someone. That went over great. God love Pillman. But I don't know. Back to the moral of all this conversation. It's not that hard to make this good. Like, remember the post that we saw, the one writer? And then apparently she got fired too. He's come to terms with the release of that idiot. Because what? I don't know nothing about wrestling. I think the top guy is Bobby Ashley or Lashley. I don't know. They just walk around in suits.
He got repackaged. He's Ashley now. Bobby Ashley. Yeah, it happens.
I don't know what the hell it is. Like, and you're writing this shit. You know what? The hell, hire me. I don't have a big writing degree. I bet you I cost a lot less. Zoom calls, like, ready, go. What do you think? You should do this. You should do this. You should do this. Let me guess. You want to do this, this, and this. Yeah. Don't do that.
Like, I want to, like, that'd be so cool. Like, and if anyone's listening, Like
I just want to be in the room.
That would be crazy just to Zoom call, whether it's Vince or Paul, and go, okay, just I want to know more of the business aspect, like what they, but then
I know what you want to do. Here's what you want to do. Like what? Never been in a meeting. Here's what you want to do. Like, yep. Yeah. Here's what you should do. Why? Because I haven't. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know. I'm trying. I try to be.
Like, I just want to know, like.
I want to know why. Like,
why is the things that are happening best for business? That's. I mean, we can what if everything.
Or, but then I could pull up the rating sheets and be like, best for business survey. Like, it'd be like, Maury, you say it's best for business. The test says you're full of shit. Like, you are not the father. You suck. You are terrible. This is god awful. It's not common sense.
And maybe and I know we keep getting the benefit of the doubt.
I don't. The doubt is gone. There's no benefit.
I know live crowds are going to help other characters that aren't here right now that hopefully come back. Again, I wish they would have kept Aleister Black, because that would have been great for live crowds. At least have Bray when live crowds come back. Edge when live crowds come back, because I mean those kinds of pops, really make the difference. I can't wait for just some normalcy of live crowds, and maybe with that, they can try and get something somewhat back on track.
Oh, on a completely side note, it doesn't have anything to do with wrestling. I was talking to Chuck about how George Strait canceled like the tour he was supposed to do last year.
Mm-hmm.
They moved it back to this year, and he canceled the whole thing because so many places still wouldn't let him do it. Now what? Don't worry, what? They're going to cancel your music festival in September. And I just want to make it very clear that if they do and all these live crowds stop, I'm going after Chuck. I will find you in Jackson, Michigan. We will not be brothers for about 10 seconds. Because you jinxed it. No one likes the jinx.
Yeah.
No one. I just hope it lasts. I don't think there's any saving it though. I mean, like, really, I love them to death. I love the project. Look how many hours, like, until everything, promotions and people quitting and everything that you and all of them are dealing with. Like, all the stuff you're dealing with here. I think so. We can't go 6 nights a week, but like, we both love it very much. Or we wouldn't spend this much time thinking and talking and deciphering and insulting.
And that's the thing. Like, we're not trying to insult. We're not trying to be negative. We're just kind of, how do you want to describe the?
Guess what? We're just blatantly, horrifically, exponentially, psychotically, vehemently honest about what's going on. And guess what? This ain't coming from the business side for me. This is coming from the fan side. If I can predict it for 2-3 years now, and guess what? 2 or 3 years ago, I kept track of it, watched the pay-per-views. Didn't watch Raw or SmackDown. Why? Because it all sucked. I watched NXT because it didn't suck. Raw and SmackDown was all predictable. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I called it. I sat there and watched the pay-per-view just going, yep, 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 yep. Oh, and look, yep.
The only thing we did not see coming was The Fiend losing at WrestleMania.
And SummerSlam last year with Roman actually coming back as a heel.
Yeah.
We saw his big ass white teeth.
Yeah, out of this almost full year now, because SummerSlam is coming up. Those are the two. Or even Drew winning the title back in front of a live crowd at WrestleMania. That was a toss up. Yeah, that was a toss up. Like,
Then they added the Lashley ladies after this. It's just so stupid.
Like,
I'm sorry. They killed Lashley 2 weeks before Mania.
Like, when Drew lost to Lashley WrestleMania, like, I was shocked, but not like Fiend losing shocked. Like, I'm like, oh, damn. Like, just, and then when, WrestleMania, opened with the first match, then a phone got thrown, some curse words came out, and then I was really shocked. Like, it wasn't like on the same level, but
I think.
I'm kind of glad they let Lashley keep the title because he did deserve the push. He didn't deserve that transition stuff.
He didn't deserve whoever told him to get in Cedric and Shelton's face and tell him that, they're embarrassing him to make it look like he needs help. And he could do it on his own, and then immediately walking into the locker room and putting his head.
Yeah, I know.
That was dumb. The Lashley ladies, that's completely stupid. Sorry, guys got the charisma of this post-it note stack.
Would be cool if the full Hurt Business was together. That I can understand. But then people be like, well, they're trying to rip off Evolution. So like,
they're trying to rip off We Are the Nation, the domination. No one could ever be Farouk. But he could still get in there and beat the living shit out of Lashley for real if he wanted to. He might, like, Lashley might have that MMA thing, but Ron's just, he'll just beat the shit out of you. He doesn't need any training. Ron can hurt people if he wanted to. Instead, he just shows up and goes, damn, after staring at the screen. Damn. And we're all waiting for him. Yay. Everyone, like, he gets a bigger pop than, like, him going, damn, gets a bigger pop than most people on the roster do right now. And it's a smaller pop than most people they just released.
Yeah.
Like, I try, like, but, like, I've never, like, even right now with this whole, like, thing, like, you look at, like, the business aspect, I try to really do. And that makes sense. But either way you look at it.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell business is Ray gonna do in the Hell in a Cell against Roman on SmackDown, or Xavier against Lashley on, like, what the hell is that doing for business?
Yeah.
That's just pissing more people off. Kofi getting a title shot. Yeah, we all know who's gonna win that one. Like, no shit, he's not gonna get mauled probably like he did against Brock.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if he does, he better just quit on done. Sorry, not happening again. See you later. Bye. But I still do this.
Or who knows? Maybe, and this is far-fetched, and I would love for you to click it if it were to happen during the pay-per-view. What if we get Brock Lesnar come back during the Kofi and Lashley match and just toss Lashley the title? You get the title off of Lashley. You get your Brock versus Lashley without the title involved.
I just have a hard time believing that they're going to have Brock do anything.
I know it's far-fetched.
It's been what, a decade since he came back, roughly, or so. When that guy made that stupid face, and then he's up front. Every time Lesnar's there's that stupid guy with his stupid face in the stupid front row, right there on the left side by the barricade.
I know,
same spot.
I know it's far-fetched, but it just
find a better word. You're insulting Pokemon.
There's going to be something at Money in the Bank that we're going to go, well, I didn't see that coming.
They're going to get us once. And then we're going to have about 2.5 hours, if that, of just pure and utter shit. Pure and utter. Not the cow udder.
Yeah.
Utter. Like, it's going to, like, that's just what they do.
I know.
I can't, like, I'm sorry, Drew. Love you to death. Always have, actually.
Like, we can hope as fans, but, maybe Edge gets the win over Reigns. I don't know. Like, I think with Edge, if Edge were to win, I think it would be more responsive with a live crowd. Like, I think, and then you could still have your Cena and Reigns thing at SummerSlam without having to worry about a title.
Yeah, but
then you get Rollins and Edge at SummerSlam.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I mean, just think about it. Edge with as champ, like, he'll get a pop in front of a live crowd. There's going to be a live crowd. It'll go over. But Roman getting, like, Roman's so over as being a bad guy right now. I think they're in some deep shit. They know he is the best thing. He's probably not going to get booed out of the damn building when they go live. And they're not going to be able to pipe in whatever response they want, like they have been at the Thunderdome for over a year now.
That's what I'm saying. Like at this point, Reigns does not need a title.
He doesn't like, but if they put him in there and they have Roman, like no matter what, Roman will probably get cheered. Even if he beats Edge at this point, he will get cheered in that building no matter what happens. He's that over. Everyone agrees the best thing to happen out of COVID
Yeah, but
Roman Reigns.
if you put Reigns against Edge, I think you could. I think they're hoping to bank on.
Work.
You never know.
It won't work. I'm sorry. What have we and everyone else been talking about this whole time?
I know.
Like it's just
again, just I know what's going to happen, but I'm just trying to think of what they think might happen. Yeah, honestly, I said Reigns doesn't need the title anymore.
I know, but again, like I think that's their biggest thing that they're worried about going. Like, I'd have Edge do it. Why? Because people like hopefully that'll let Roman's getting cheered no matter what they do. Sorry, like no matter what dirt sheet, actual reporting, anything, Roman's the best thing going on in the company right now, and everyone knows it. I don't think he's getting booed out of the building like they want.
Yeah.
Why? Everything's over. Like, what the hell is SmackDown? There's like 8 segments. 6 of them normally comprise of Roman, Heyman, and his goons. His cousins, I believe, is the technical word, but his goons. Like 90% of the show is them. Like, they know that that's all they have.
Yeah.
They're not getting booed out of the building. I'm sorry. Like, if they get, like, I think Edge will get more boos. Returning, like, going, like, it's just what? Just go away.
Yeah. Like,
you could pipe in as many cheers as you want. Like, Daniel Bryan lost at Mania. That's why that's why the ending got booed. Wasn't because Roman won, it's just because Daniel Bryan lost. We've all been there. When he got squashed in like 3 seconds. And then look what built after that. The whole damn yes movement. Because he got squashed by Sheamus. Granted, that's because Sheamus was still out in that California sun during the daylight, so they had to get his ass back there before he got incinerated. Because he's whiter than this card right here. Like it was just, like that's what started that. Like that's why he got, like, Roman threw Bryan out of the Royal Rumble and won. They brought The Rock out to celebrate, and The Rock got booed out of the building. I mean, that's how much people love Daniel Bryan. No matter, God himself could have came down from the heavens and he would have got booed out of the building because Bryan lost. Like, it wasn't gonna, like, it just, like, there was no saving it. And now it's the polar, like, that's why he got booed at Mania. Otherwise, like, Roman's the only good thing they have on SmackDown. No offense to Otis, minus the beard.
Oh, and the hair now.
And Rollins and like his and Cesaro, like, the women's division's a joke. The tag division's a joke. I mean, really, if it wasn't for Bayley, who else do they have believable right now for Bianca? Ding dong. Hello. No one. Because they built it all like shit. And there's nothing.
Yeah,
I'm just blatantly. Blatantly honest.
We called it at Mania. They're just further backing themselves into corners.
Yeah. Like I'm. See,
and I believe we did call as far as getting Roman out of the corner. There was Edge, so maybe.
We did. Like that's the way to get it. But I just. I mean, between like the new song and like I mean, we'd love to see, but why would they bring Edge back otherwise for this? Like, just have him lose again. And guess what? That doesn't help Edge, and it sure as hell doesn't beat Roman because we already saw him do it.
Yeah. Or maybe take the title off of Reigns, put it on Edge. Roman goes away. Cena's getting ready to come back. Cena can talk for 4 weeks. Okay, like 5 weeks. Okay, maybe like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden Reigns shows up. And then you take those 2 weeks to kind of develop a quick. That's the only
good thing.
Yeah.
The only good thing is that there's actually time in between the pay-per-views where they could like at least somewhat build something.
Yeah.
Then
you don't have then you don't have the, oh, what if Cena's going to be a 17-time champion? What if this or that? You know, you just
Which
have
I
two
think
guys.
if anyone's going to get
You
it,
have
you
two
should.
guys that do not need a title involved in the storyline, and just have it.
I mean, if they put the two of them together, it'll be better than Ziggler and Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goldberg just went out there, speared him. Oh, I'm not done with you. Okay. I'm not okay. I'm okay. Well, what did Goldberg just went out there, speared, like just mauled him, and that was it. Like that was talk about a time filler.
Yeah.
Well, we need to figure out how to kill this 15 minutes of the show, so let's take 10 minutes for him to get to the ring.
Especially if they're eventually gonna build Reigns and Rock, you know, the title doesn't need to be involved anymore. Like Reigns is we know that.
But I'm just going off of past history, and until they prove me wrong after they've done it that many times, Punk was the best thing they had in the company. Hold on. Who did he lose the title to? So we can come back and face, so him and Cena could have the title at Mania. Hold on. Wait, that was Dwayne. And then, hold on, who was that beat Kevin? Because Jericho shafted him during that Festival of Friendship. Who ruined that whole thing? There's Goldberg. They put the title on him when they didn't need it. Hold on. Roman had to defend the title in the Royal Rumble. And then instead of just screwing him, so him and Triple H could just, finish their beef at Mania, they had, Triple H got the title off of him and won that, so the title was involved. Hold on. The Fiend. Who did he face that one time?
I know.
And they put the title on, Goldberg for no fucking reason other than they could. And then Roman shafted them out of that whole plan. That was months in the making. Yeah, well, that happened. Do I need to continue? I don't want to keep thinking. I mean, I'm not even thinking. They're all just coming off the top of my head because they've done it so many times. Until they prove me wrong. Hell, look how quick they had to change their plans after Blutista or Bootista, whatever the hell you want to call, came back and won, boo! Second he came back on that night of Raw, everyone knew what they were going to do. They were going to have win Mania, win the Rumble, go to Mania. They got booed out of the building the whole time for once Brian went out, it was a sustained boo for a very long time that night. Until they had to throw Brian in there because they were like, no, really, no. This was after he got squashed by Sheamus. And we're like, okay, mother, here's what, you keep doing it. You guys they back themselves into such a corner, it's unfathomable. And that's a pretty big corner right behind me. They backed themselves in an even bigger one than that. And that's pretty big. If they do it every time, I hold out, I hope for the best.
Yep, same here.
In all situations in my life, I run by a simple theory of hope for the best, but expect the absolute worst. Why? Because that's normally what happens. Like yesterday, for example. So that got me. I think I even looked on and said, I know what's happening here. Let's get this over with. So I come and why? Because that's life.
Yeah.
You're less let down then. You're less mad then. When good things happen, you're extra surprised. But everyone keeps giving me so many reasons, and WWE in general. I don't know how hard it is to just use your head for 5 seconds and think of something creative, different. God, not so common sense as it was called. Yes, it's not common sense, but it's shit. Common sense is looking both ways before crossing the street. Not going outside when it's torrentially downpouring, expecting not to get wet. Me predicting everything that's going to happen for the last 3 years total. It's not common sense. That's shit. And the ratings prove it. I mean, Raw went from 4.5 million to what? Barely 1 in the last 4 years. They've lost pretty much everyone except for the stupid people like him. You know what? It's getting better. Yeah, we've been saying it's getting better for 4 years.
No, we've been saying it'll eventually get there.
When's it actually going to stop having these little moments and just be good? Oh, wait.
That's the thing. And what? Was it last week? last week was actually
we said positive things.
Yeah, it was a good week overall. Then
we had a positive show. Everything was good. Yeah. And then they turned around and just
it's like
shit the bed.
It's like great shit. Like, can we have some consistency?
Like, we'd be more consistent than like goose shit. I don't know if you ever seen. Not very consistent. Very green, but not consistent. Can people stop defending Eva Marie because she's still training?
She's been training for like 10 years.
I mean, Jesus Christ, she had years of just her and the Brian Kendrick training her one-on-one, and she still couldn't put together a 30-second match. Like, I'm sorry. Kurt Angle was in the business for like 12 minutes. He had a championship already. Why? Because he picked it up. She's this far in. She's not picking it up. She's not going to pick it up.
Yeah.
For the love of God. Maybe I'm just tired of arguing with idiots. I don't know. I'm sorry, Drew. You're an idiot. All the other viewers, he doesn't listen. So then, apparently they keep listening and the numbers apparently people agree with us. Like, it's nonsense. It's garbage. For the love of God, do something different. Like, for the love of God. For everything holy. Like, I didn't, like, when Chad was living with me, Chad with 2 Ds, double D Chad. Who the hell spells it like that? I don't know. Like, his kid was here, so I could not watch wrestling, but I watched the pay-per-views on, like, the tablet. Like, in my room. I didn't get to watch anything because his kid, like there's just, like developmental, like issues and stuff. Like, so we didn't watch it just because of, the violence and all that. Like, all that, which you should. I agree with that. I'm not bashing anyone. Like, you should. And I still, I didn't watch anything. I just watched pay-per-views on my iPad and I still guessed everything right. Like, and that was without watching the program at all. Like, that's bad. That's really bad. That is abysmal. And it's still that way now. And then you didn't call it. I'm calling bullshit. Really, Justin called Eva Marie showing up with some bulldozer to do her work for her. Done. Did it.
You're welcome.
Now I have to sit down and try to figure out whatever episode that was. It was 3 weeks ago she came back, right?
Yes. Yeah, we're on week 3.
Yeah, which means I just need to go back 3 Mondays ago, which I think is also when we came to, no, that was 2 weeks ago. We got the quarter to stupid. And just find that, be like, here, watch it. And I'll find it right to the minute mark and go right there. Like, listen to that. And then last week, I'll be, hey, what? Listen to that about Kevin and Sammy. Why? Because we just say it and it just happens like we're on the writing team. Except we actually know who the wrestlers are. We know it's not Bobby Ashley. We actually pay attention to wrestling. We're just, not like some weirdo off the street that they hire. Like, but how the hell do you hire someone that knows nothing? Like, when your show is tanking, why would you hire someone that has no idea about anything in the wrestling business? That's called stupid. That's why it's not even gonna be it's not even gonna be quarter till stupid. It's just full-fledged stupid. Like, dear God, like, it's all stupid. Like, nobody's bitch. All stupid. Like, Monday night, stupid. Friday night, stupid. Tuesday night,
NXT gets a pass. That's fine.
Tuesday night, who gives up? Because they're gonna ruin it all and make it. But Monday night predictable and Friday night stupid. I'm not even gonna write it down. There's no point. God, though. Well, like, at least I didn't put anything on the page and someone commented and then deleted it. Not to mention any names here, but I've already said his name enough today. It's all stupid. And no one like you, me, anyone that listens spends this much time listening to especially this goddamn voice. Like your voice is listenable to. I can't listen to myself back. It hurts my head to hear my voice. I've apologized to people going, that's what I sound like. I'm so sorry. Like, I talk less around people now. I'm like, what's wrong? Turns out I heard my voice. Like, as I listen to it, God, was that terrible? Like, it's just, I don't know, but we wouldn't spend this much time, and people wouldn't spend this much time listening if they didn't actually love it.
Yeah.
Casual fans don't listen to stuff like this and do stuff like this. Like, we care. Like, I've cared for what the hell year 2021. So 24, 25 years ish. Like, until we got cable in the basement growing up, so I could watch it down there.
I started watching in '98, so
roughly the same time frame.
Yeah.
Right? Somewhere between 96 and 98. I don't remember. I started seeing it. I didn't remember what year I consistently started watching it, but like, I just smacked my arm so hard I shook the whole world. Watch out! Like when Bronson steps down. No, camera just.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of arguing with people over it. Because
I think everyone that views this and listens to it, knows we have a love for the product.
Yeah, they pick up the passion. They pick up the passion in our voice. Like, you don't get this angry about something unless you love it to death. Trust and believe. I've got an ex-wife. I have all kinds of things. You don't get this mad unless you actually love something to death. Something just clicked. Who knows? Maybe someone just kicked my door and my whatever. Come get me. Yeah, I just want it to be better. We'll get to see if it gets better. I mean, that's.
So we got one more week till the pay-per-view at this point.
Yeah, so
we'll get the final card and all that stuff.
And then you look at like different websites, like to look at results and just stuff, and and stories and all the dirt sheets, all the everything. And they write one saying women's tag team champions, Nia Jackson, Tamina Snuka. Like, this is why I hate all of you. What? Where the hell did Nia get involved in any of this shit? Like, you can't, like, it's simple stuff. Like, it's just, they screw it up. Makes me angry. Yeah. It's just like, no one cares. Like, it's gotten so bad that they write stories like that and people still read it like it's like gospel and move on and share it. Like, what, they can't even get like simple stuff right. Well, no one cares, and everyone will still read it right now because no one cares. No one cares. And then, just like you said, when we looked at the SmackDown results, we see who's in the women's like Money in the Bank. Suddenly, you're all like, did they win or did they win? Why? Because it says they won, but they're in the picture. Like, nothing. Like, it's just like the whole package and program is just such a shit show. Like we had what, 10 minutes? We're going, who the hell won that? Why? This says they won, but she's in the picture. Like, what the hell? Like, we should not have that problem. Especially with how bad the product is. It's really easy to follow.
Write articles and don't spell check their things. Oh, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, that's why I don't read any of that stuff, because I'm officially a grammar Nazi. There are some times where something slips, like, in the description of an episode where I put an extra O on the word to, if I ever use it. But like, for the love of God, these people are getting paid to do this, and they suck.
Yeah.
Like, they suck. Like learning how to like write the English language. It's not that hard. We used to teach that in like kindergarten. Like, I know how to write proper English in like before
I before E.
Except after C. I don't know when the hell they stopped teaching that, but like, damn, I guess I get it if you miss a comma somewhere, but when people are writing like the Fiend, F-E-I-N-D, you're sitting there going, like, it's not that hard.
We all know there's a couple different variations of there and to and
T-O, T-O-O, T-H-E-R-E, T-H-E-I-R, T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. There's a lot, like, but people suck at there. How the hell is there that hard? T-H-E-R-E, It's actually physically there. THEIR, which is one of those exceptions to the rule, but it is theirs. THEYRE. They are there. Oh, the hell, that's so hard. Now we're getting grammar.
Yeah.
Here's a public service announcement for all you weirdos. I got grammar for Marines in the garage. If you need the book, they can teach Marines how to properly use words. They can teach anybody, because I met some dumbasses while I was in the Marine. He's not one of them. In case anyone's confused, he was not one of those dumbasses. Thank God for that. But we'll see what I mean, I don't know. I have zero like high hopes just because like, well, Drew's gonna get in there. Well, Drew's in there. I just because again, who do they have on Raw? Like other than him, other than Drew. I mean, Sheamus is doing the US title thing, so he's not gonna like be up there against Bobby. Like it's Drew. They have to wait till they do the draft. They have to wait till they do the draft.
Yeah, Drew or Big E, really. Who not to say that E wins the Money in the Bank, Drew gets drafted SmackDown, and Big E gets drafted to Raw. Just a random thought.
Big E and Drew are fighting for like who says Big E and someone else are fighting for the briefcase on top of the ladder, and they fumble it and drop it, and it lands on Drew laying on the ground laid out. And suddenly he wins. Maybe I'm having deja vu. I don't know. Like, oh no, he's knocked out. And there's Drew just flopped out on the ground, hits him, and he grabs it, and it's all over. Or it falls down, hits the ground, and he just walks in and just does his Drew thing. And we're all going, yep, well, couldn't have done that any dumber. Like you could see it actually happen. That's the problem. Thanks, Otis.
Well, just for the simple fact of how it happened with Otis. Oh my God, that was.
Don't worry, I clicked myself. Thanks, Otis. At least stupid court.
At least the women's Money in the Bank ladder match actually meant something last year.
Yeah, and then they had like the whole court thing, and like Miz. Then they had Then they had Numbnuts turn on Otis. Then they got rid of him, even though he was doing the brunt of the work for so many months for the team. Otis, like, and then he had a very nice goodbye message to the WWE. He told Vince to go himself indiscreetly. I mean, we all know who he was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, like, what did they get from all of that? Like, the Miz had the title for 5 seconds. He ran away when Lashley tried to get the title. He got mauled in a lumberjack match. Like, and it was absolutely like it was just a circus that time. I mean, they were all mad about Brock, with the hood on, run down there like it was a boombox. Everyone was like, "Oh, disrespected." What that was 1,000 times better than anything that happened last year with Money in the Bank briefcase for the men. Like there was Brock having fun, smiling, just bopping around, acting like a jackass, not just him. Hopping around.
Yeah.
Fireworks. Like, I mean, hell, he didn't get pyro 90% of the time. It was just so dumb. Like, and he was running around like it was a boombox, and we were all entertained. And last year, all like, this is stupid. Then Otis catches it, like, this is really stupid. Then the court thing, like, this is getting dumber. Here comes the Miz, oh, Jesus, God Almighty. Then the Miz has to deal with it with Lashley, where it's, for the love of God, just rip his head off his shoulders and call it a day. And it just kept dragging, like, it was just the worst male Money in the Bank briefcase situation ever in my watching. Like in my watching thing, like Otis getting it, if they actually let him do something with it, that would have actually that would have made up for everything. But having him hold on, like catch it like that after all the shenanigans with Brother Love and everyone else that showed up, which I do love some Brother Love.
And Paul Heyman and catering.
Yeah, Bruce getting himself that red. Who doesn't like that? Vince, there's putting everything back, leaving the office all happy. Like there were so many shenanigans involved. And Otis wins because he catches it when they drop it. The court thing, like I said, it was just so dumb. Like it used to mean something when Edge got it after Elimination Chamber. No shit. I think it was at New Year's Revolution.
Yep.
Like no shit. Like this is really happening. Rollins at Mania. Suddenly hear the music here. Get the out of here. No way.
Oh yeah, I went nuts because I'm like, yay, Roman's going to lose it.
Yeah, those are like the things where I'm like, yeah, look what it turned into. Like one for the women's meaning something because Seth went and destroyed the man. The best things they had going, no matter what anyone says, I still thought Becky was one of the best things they had. No offense. I mean, look what she was competing with. She didn't have much. I mean, Ronda, no offense. And Charlotte again. Well, I might add they shafted Asuka just to have Charlotte have a title in that match. Literally, she won it, SmackDown right before. Like, what was the point of giving Asuka the title then? Like, that was stupid. Which is my problem with it. But I don't see them saving this one. I see it being very predictable and people telling me, oh, it's common sense. No, it's common shit. There's shit. I don't give a shit. Or like, thank you, Tourette's guy. See, he is the theme of today.
Yeah.
That guy. I don't give a shit. I mean, no one cares. I'm going to watch the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. As long as Peacock works, right?
Thank you for reminding me. I'm not going to watch the pay-per-view. Hell, I still can't even go back and watch WrestleMania Backlash. It's still not there. Like, I can't even do it. Like, on mine, I don't know what the hell the problem is. But hell,
worst comes to worst, we'll go with Plan B for you.
It's just like, phone, go. So you'll be watching and going, shit. You'll just hear me go really silent. What?
you hear a thud in the background, and all of a sudden the screen goes blank and the call gets disconnected.
Well, apparently he's had enough of this shit. Damn it. But I don't know, I hope for the best for it. I just think it's going to be a shit show. I really do. I think the dirt sheets can't even get who won matches right now.
Yeah.
To be in the Money in the Bank. Riddle fighting for Orton, celebrating to Orton's music. I mean, it's just Drew's gonna win. I still just have that in my gut. No matter what they do.
Yeah.
Drew's gonna win just because they have nothing. And what are they going to do? Otherwise, have Drew lose and have Cross get called up right away? And there he is in Lashley's fight. I mean, what are they going to do? Have him lose to Lashley? They put this much effort into Lashley, they can have him finally lose to someone, like, right out the gate? Like, it's just such a no-win because it's so predictable. Like, you could see, like, I like the Attitude Era and even some ruthless aggression. You never saw most of that coming. John Cena knocking, like, Kurt Angle's teeth out of his mouth. Ruthless aggression. Wham! And by the way, that slap was way better than the one on NXT 2 weeks ago. Way better. He slapped the shit out of Kurt. And Jericho later, but no, they had to retape it because, he literally damn near knocked a tooth out of Chris's mouth, which is awesome, by the way. That's what he gets, even though Chris complained, but it's supposed to be a work. Well, he just worked a tooth out of your mouth. It was a work. In my opinion, that's a work. Whether if he just worked your jaw out of your face, it worked.
Yep.
Everyone believed it. So we'll see. I don't know. Just again, I have no hope. All hope is gone. All hope. Until they prove me wrong, I will continue to watch it. I'll continue to read about it. We'll continue to talk about it. But I have zero faith. Like, they've officially just, I mean, holy God, who was it that called Charlotte and Maria? Like, before Mania, don't worry about, she'll come up, and suddenly, like, who was that? Can't quite put my finger on them because they're about 500 or so miles away, but ish. Who was it that said that was going to happen?
We did.
Yeah, that came out of your mouth, I believe. Correct.
Right.
I just don't like saying the word erect because it sounds like we're back in the Attitude Era. Vince is talking about erecting everything all the time. We'll see.
The only erecting is resurrecting the product. That's about the only erecting that we need right now.
Which is physically impossible. They've pissed off too many people. Like the ratings, like, come on. Remember when they had to resurrect the program with the Attitude Era, all of it, because the product sucked? The ratings weren't as bad as they are right now. Like, it's even worse than that really, really, really like Isaac Yankem level shit. Like, it's worse than that. That should tell you something. Like, that was abysmal. We had T.L. Hopper, Goon, Isaac Yankem, the Repo Man. I mean, we just had a bunch of just, why the fuck am I even watching this? And
gobbledygooker.
And we got the gobbledygooker. He comes out of an egg, he'll be over. Yeah, that lasted about 10 seconds. And the ratings weren't as bad as they are now. Like, that's terrifying to me. Because that was when it was brand new. People just turned it off. Who cares? And they didn't as much as they are now. Like, people have brains, and I feel like they're insulting everyone's intelligence, which is why no one wants to watch it. Like, yeah, what? If you're gonna treat me like I'm stupid, well, I'm gonna treat you like you don't matter in my life. Why? I'll show you who's stupid. Stupid. Like, it's just, I don't know. I know they're gonna get it back together sooner or later because they always do.
But it's gone on too long.
Yeah, like, that's my only problem. Like, if it wasn't so long.
Yeah.
Like, we've been watching this for like forever, going like, for the love of God, just do something. Like, the last really cool thing they had was what? I mean, it was during COVID. I would go AJ Taker.
Yeah.
Like, that was the last really cool thing. I mean, really?
Yeah.
And how about that? It was even a cinematic match.
Yeah.
Which they tend to kind of screw up. They're kind of good at that. No offense to them, but I just think they overthink a lot of those.
Yeah.
Now, while we're on it, that was good. Bray and Cena, if you actually understood everything that was going on, you have to watch it 2 or 3 times to fully pick up everything. But that was good. The House of Horrors match, stupid. The swamp match, they did good, but
the swamp match, they didn't really.
And they called it the horror show. Like, if they didn't like oversell it, like build it up for so long, like, I think that killed it more.
Yeah.
But like, I think last year was good. The swamp
match didn't need to be like anything like the Firefly Funhouse match, just for the simple fact because we kind of knew, okay, this is where they're going to take it storyline wise, and it was nice to see the old Bray and that that whole thing. I mean, even the Firefly Inferno match was good.
I think they held the picture on him, like him incinerating. I think they held that camera on him way too long.
Yeah,
it was a solid like 5 minutes. Like, and then the funny story, the guy that came and did the refinance for me, like in December, appreciated my ECW title.
Nice.
He was an independent wrestler here in the area.
Nice.
And we started going like, it wasn't that bad. Like, remember when they held the camera on Bray for like 5 minutes while he was burning alive? Yeah, they did do that, didn't they? Well, I tried to forget about that. See, look, in December, I was sitting there trying to defend it. It just keeps getting so dumb. But like, I think 2021 minus Roman, like, they did get the cinematic thing right.
Yeah.
Like, because even the swamp match, I mean, like, it was a little hokey. I think the worst cinematic match that they did was the Money in the Banks.
Yeah.
Like, because there was just, that one just like, they didn't need to have a run-in with a Heyman and a Brother Love and a Stephanie and a Vince and then everyone like every 2 minutes. Like, they could have made that really good. They made it really, there was more of that than there was match. That was the one dud. But otherwise, I think they actually figured out the cinematic thing really good. and it played off well for everything that ended up happening between, with Alexa.
Yeah.
Brought I don't need rules, like, and all that stuff that had like that led to her with Bray, like that they played off like most of it
Oh yeah.
so well. So I'm okay with them. They did good with that. That's another thing. I don't know. I just think they're gonna screw it. I don't know. I just see random conversations. I just think it was a good year for that though.
Yeah.
Too bad that one with Taker wasn't just a little off. Because then you'd be like, well, guess I need to come back. Yeah. But no, it was AJ, so it was well. And it led to the greatest meme ever. Greatest meme ever was, mass transit enjoying heaven. There's Taker standing behind New Jack. Like, yeah, yes. What most people are, what the hell does that even mean? Go back and watch it. Like, just see the New Jack come here and getting to heaven. Oh no. Like, it was good, but hopefully they do good. We'll figure it out. We'll get back and talk about Sutton one of these days. Hopefully sooner than later. I enjoy it. It kills a lot of time. We talk about a lot of good. I like this. Let's hit the current product, but let's branch out. Because if we sit down and try to, like, I'm in a much better state by the end of these.
But seriously, like we could do Raw Roundup and SmackDown and NXT, and just like it just seems really repetitive. Hey, there's a familiar word, repetitive.
Hey, did you know?
So like I feel a lot. I feel a lot better just doing this kind of stuff instead of like the norm, because people are expecting, oh well, Thursday or sometime near the end of the week we're going to round up Raw and NXT, and then Saturday is rounding up SmackDown, and whatever else we decide is just taking the whole week, picking it apart, what's good, what needs improvement, and then the random stuff. I feel like this is a more susceptible route, because that way people aren't expecting the same old and keeping it fresh. So I think, and that's what's improving the viewership too.
And it keeps my brain in a much better place. I'm less pissed off by the end of these. Like when we have whole like hour-long shows just about Eva Marie and Dewdrop. Jesus Christ. For the love of God. How the hell is Jimmy Uso's
No
t-shirt?
offense to Piper Niven. She's an awesome wrestler.
I know. And she tried to say her name.
She actually is a very good wrestler. It's just the way they're utilizing her.
And they asked her, what's her name? And she tried Piper. And Eva was like, what, Dewdrop? And she goes, like, you saw her mouth, her actual, under her mouth, under her breath, like you could read her lips. She said it. Eva needs, and everyone trying to make excuses can fuck off. There we are. You heard it. There's absolutely no reason where anyone could say she needs more training.
Yeah.
Jesus criminy. For the love of God. I could take better bumps than Eva when I was like 11. Could I do it right now? No, because I have lots of screws in my pelvis and hip. But could I do it? If I really had to, yeah. Better than she can. Like, no one needs that much time. Amos isn't taking that much time. When he's 19 feet tall, at least he has like an excuse for being slightly awkward. He's the size of a fucking sequoia. He's just a big dude. And guess what? Big dudes, excluding Big Show, before he got the tumor removed from his pituitary, he had giantism, when he was out there just doing drop kicks and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like big dudes, what they don't have to do that. Like they don't do that much. I mean, but they're awkward as hell. It's kind of hard to teach 8 feet how to fall down properly. It's true. I mean, like, it's I think it'll be better. I think, I don't know. I keep holding out hope. But you can tell how much hope I have now that I have a black hat on. It's just all black on it. What do you think the product is? I do have this though.
Always a classic.
Stun the world. And me and Justin do every day. At least I do. He's coming out with like real words. I'm just Hell, I've had people walk in my front door while doing this thinking I was screaming at Sammy when we were doing this. Like, it was just that bad. Like, it's that bad. I'm yelling so bad, people think I'm talking to my ex-wife.
Happens.
That's bad. But I don't know when we're going to get back to this. I'm really looking forward to like a random show. I mean, all these shows are random now, but I know you have lists. I'd like to still go over the original.
Still got plenty of stuff.
I'd like to go over the original One Night Stand before they went it all up, because I think that was one of the best nights in ECW's history. Yeah. That was a one-time WWE.
If RVD didn't win, there was going to be
a legitimate
lot of bad juju.
Like, well, not the first one. He wasn't even on the card the first one because he had a hurt knee. He was on the second one, like it's against Cena on the second one. If RVD loses, we riot. And you know what? In that building, you guys weren't getting out. If you screwed that up, no amount of security was helping you. That was going to be a lot of really pissed off human beings coming at you. And out in the same guys that used to meet the Dudleys and all them outside ready to fight them after a show. And no offense to WWE security, you did not have enough people to ever stop any of that night. Wasn't going to happen. So I just like them throwing Cena's shirt back at him twice. That's what you get. Goes and picks it back up, throws it again. Like when the Yankees hit a home run over the Green Monster in Fenway. Throw that back down to the field. Well, we don't want this nonsense. Good times, but we'll get back together one of these days. Hopefully sooner.
Yes, sir.
Then later. I'm going to go watch some NASCAR.
I'm just going to go chill it.
I'm going to go watch NASCAR, drink beer. Saturday, what can I say? Getting back into the weights next week, though, so.
There you go.
Watch out, I'm getting dangerous. But it's a road course. I love Road America. The Cup Series is back to Road America tomorrow. It's the Xfinity Day. I got a big family-sized, party-sized, whatever the hell Cape Cod calls it, the salt and vinegar chips. And I like Cape Cod's, kettle chips. I think they are far superior to Lay's. No offense, Lay's are still good. I just think Cape Cod brand are much better.
Fact.
It's just facts, people. I don't make it up. Taste them both yourself. If you don't agree, fix your taste buds.
And there's your free plug there. Remember that.
Just like Beer Army. If you're ever in New Bern, North Carolina, get your ass there. Eat some candied bacon. Drink a Ballistic Advantage because it is really high ABV and they only charge you $6. You will thank me later. You have 2 beers, a pint of candied bacon. Get out of there for $22. That's a good day. Right before tip. Better tip than well, or I'll fight you. From a kid whose mother was in the service industry living off of tips. Tip well, because I've never had a bad server at Beer Army. That'd be a good sponsor. Like I go there and I eat bacon and drink beer once a week. The least you can do is be nice to me. But
true.
We'll get back to this later.
Yes, sir.
And until we do, the product will still suck.
And we'll still speak the truth.
Oh, and a quick shout out before we get off here. Instagram page for the show is coming. Keep an eye out for that. If you're on there, please follow along on that. Or we will do the same thing we do on the other one. Going to start releasing ads prior in the day so you know what the hell we're going to talk about, kind of. Keep you in the loop. Let you know what days we're doing it, but that is coming whenever my social media guru shows up. Because I don't know nothing about Instagram. I just know I don't like it. No offense, social media. Don't like any of it. But until next time, my friends, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy 4th of July tomorrow.
Yes.
Can't forget that. Happy America Day. If you don't like America and you're not like the 4th of July, unsubscribe. Don't care. If it wasn't for America, we wouldn't be doing this. And idiots like me and him did this and all kinds of nonsense before. But till next time, my friends, peace.